Hi, welcome back to my channel, Wren Country Sticks. I wasn't sure if I was going to actually do a video on this next stick because it's something new again, and as I say, not certain whether it's going to be successful first time out, but we shall see. Right, so customers asked for a Doberman with a flat cap. Now we've done lurchers with flat caps. I think I've done 2 or 3. That's going to be one profile, and that's going to be the other one. And you can see it in the slides. There you go. So, to give you an idea of how we've achieved that, we've taken just a straightforward Doberman photograph. The originals are all indoors. Then we've taken a picture of a flat cap, and we've tried to get the sizes near enough right, and then put the two together. So that's going to give us a basis of a side profile. And then we've done the same with the front profile. This was a bit more difficult because again we've got to find a Doberman that's giving us face on, and you can guarantee if you want something on the internet, specifically, it's going to be very hard to find, but that's that. And you can see the pencil marks there. We've just done a quick carbon copy on the back, and that's all. That'll go on the wood. That's all we need really. Similar there, bit of a carbon copy, so that's what's going to go into the timber. Now, unfortunately, I haven't got a profile looking down, which would be ideal if I had, but I haven't got one. So we're going to have to guess it. Now, a slightly, I don't know what the word is really. It's not complicated, but a condition of doing this stick is that this dog is going to be called Gus, and the customer wants Gus engraving on the stick. But this is the 8th Doberman this customer's had, and he wants all the other dogs' names on. And in total we're going to have 29 characters. And the way you'd like it doing is like Gus, then you'd like the 29 characters all in a spiral going down some part of the stick with no gaps, so you can't actually tell what the names are. It's just a succession of letters. So we've got to consider that when we start designing this. So if you're thinking again into doing sticks on commission, be prepared for stuff like this. Nothing's ever straightforward. So what I'm going to do now is select some timber. I think I'm going to use lime again because I'm going to probably need a slightly longer neck. I think I'm going to do this spiral on the neck. I don't think there's any way I want to do it on a stick, because with it being a Doberman I want a darkish stick. If I was going to use a stripped holly, or I've got some stripped ash, that would be okay, but I just can't see a light coloured shank going with this Doberman's head. So it's going to be probably dark hazel or maybe crabapple or something like that, and that's not going to lend itself to doing a spiral of letters going down the shank, because you're just not going to see them properly without cutting the bark back, and we're not going to do that. So next thing is to select the timber, and we'll be back very soon. Right, well, we've got our piece of lime. You can see what I've done. I've taped the side profile onto the block, bit of carbon paper. We've traced out what we want, and that's what we've got so far. Now what we're going to do is line this up and then do the front profile and get that on. So I think probably what we'll do first of all is just cut this block out, and we'll get the front profile on that. Right, so we've cut our block out. we haven't put anything on the front yet. That's going to be reduced, I think, a little bit. We've left a little bit extra on the top there because these two flat caps are not the same flat caps. As I say, you've got to find pictures of what you want, then put pictures together. So that's one flat cap, but that obviously is a different one, and that's a little bit more peaky than the first one. So we've allowed for that, and I have a feeling that I'm going to reduce that flat cap by quite a bit. I don't particularly like it, but we'll keep that shape for the time being. So the next thing now is to align that on the front of there and pop our profile on there and get it ready for cutting. Right, so what we've done, we've just run a few lines across there as reference points, especially on the eye and the top of the nose, where the cap is, just to try and line them up as best we can with what we've got at the front. Because remember, these are two completely unrelated pictures that we've used. So the next thing to do is bit of carbon under there, and we'll do our front profile. Right, a bit more preparation that we need to do is, this is sort of the 29 characters that'll be scrolling around the stick. We're going to do it on the neck, I think, so I've just put those on there just to get an idea of the sort of length we're going to need. And I don't want to do it on the stick. What I'm going to do is scroll these down the neck, I think. So we don't want too long a neck, it's going to look peculiar. So that just gives us an idea of the sort of the shortest distance we can get away with. So that's that. And the next thing to do now is to cut out this this block, and we'll do the side profile first. I've already decided that this all down here is waste, so can reduce a bit of sawing there. We'll do that. Then it wants to be just tacked in place with a bit of hot glue. Then we can do the front profile, and we'll see what we end up with. Back soon. Right, we've put a new blade in the bandsaw. Brilliant, like cutting through butter. So we've made the first cut. That's our side profile cut out. We're going to just tack this all back together with a bit of hot glue, and then do the other profile. And as soon as we've done that, we'll come back to you. I'm sure you don't really need to see me sawing bits of wood. If you've got a bandsaw, you know what you're doing. So back soon. Right, well, we're getting ready now to start taking some material off. We've got a little board, a little reference board. Gives us the Rottweiler from different angles, so gives us an idea what we're doing. And we've even found this little shelly fella. I would think that's a chocolate lab, but you know, the idea is there, so it may help somewhere along the line. So again, you always find a picture to help you, you know, and I'm sure it'll be a lot better with rather than without. So the thing to do now is to mask up and slowly start taking some material off. I think what we might actually do first of all, though, is pop a hole in the centre of that. Back soon. Right, we've got our 13mm hole drilled in the bottom there. We might as well have done that while the block was square, and we can get that fairly level. I've done it in the vise today because standing that up in my little jig, it's an odd shape, so there's no point in struggling. As I say, we can always adjust things if we find the peg is out a wee bit at a later date, but at least that's in place now. So we're going to get masked up now and start taking a bit of material off.